Stop Now, a social experiment enterprise.
Okay, welcome to Stop Now. I'm Melissa.
And I am Nate. And this is our special Thanksgiving episode, Melissa. And this is going to be a fun show this week because normally we get into a lot of important and serious discussions and topics here at Stop Now, but this week we're going to talk, well, I guess it's still an important topic because we're going to talk about community and family and kind of what Thanksgiving means to us. And we're going to be joined by some members of the Stop Now family, and we're going to have some fun this week.
Definitely. This is going to be a very special episode, folks. So thank you for joining us. But first, let's throw out those numbers and email so you can come in and contact us if you have any stories that you'd like. Nate, I know you got this for us.
Oh, yes, because as we all know, we need help from everyone out there. So folks that can volunteer out there watching the show, you can assist our technical team, and that helps us, run the show more smoothly. And so, you can send us an email. You can give us a phone call. Let me bring up those numbers if my phone will cooperate. That's the beauty of technology sometimes, is that it works when it wants to, not when you want it to work.
You got that right.
But in the meantime, while I'm pulling up the information, Melissa, how have you been? Because it's been a week since we talked. We had a big day this past week on Thanksgiving. So how have you been, my friend?
Well, I've been good. At the very last minute, I said I wasn't going to cook anything. And then the day before, I said, you know what? Why not? So, I bought a duck. I've never made a duck before in my life, and I did it. And it was good. It was good. I had, what was it? Very immediate family, my brother, he came by with his girlfriend, and my friend, she came over, and it was very small. We're not traveling. Nobody's out here trying to get sick. But,
yes.
The second my best friend coughed, my brother looked at her like, you good? You good? And then I waited for 2 more coughs because I got a 3 cough, rule going on over here. And then I'm going to ask you, what's going on with you? What's going on with that cough? Yeah, it was a lot of that happening, but she's got allergies, as do I. So I actually will be coughing through this show today. I don't have anything extra going on, just allergies. But how was your day, Nate? How did everything go with you?
Everything went really well. Like you said, this year it's all about either, mitigating gatherings altogether or keeping them small. And so It was just myself, my parents, my sister, and my nieces. And we just, had a good time and enjoyed good food and, just being together in these difficult times. I feel like this was, kind of a chance for everybody to kind of take a breath after a year that's been so stressful for so many people. And so, again, everybody, like we normally, you got the kids table and you got the grown folks table. And this year, everybody had their separate table. Everybody had a little tray so we could eat apart from each other. But we had so much fun. We watch, like, we've got a tradition. I don't know how it started, but we watch Men in Black every Thanksgiving. We watched Men in Black and had some good food and told stories. And so, yes, it was a very, very nice kind of day in the midst of this year that's been so crazy. So that's why I'm glad that we have a chance to bring in some of the Stop Now family this week, Melissa, so we can kind of hear everybody's stories and talk about community and family and what it means, especially in 2020.
Definitely. So, can we get started introducing our guests? I love to talk to you guys.
I think we can, yes. So we got a couple guests that are already here joining us, and we're so excited. So our first guest, will you introduce yourself and let the folks know, what part you play here, and we can just, enjoy the fellowship.
I am Oindamola, and I'm a content creator.
Yes, welcome, and so
Thank you.
I guess for the folks out there who may or may not know, we've got folks from all over the globe. That's one of the cool things about Stop Now. So let the folks know where you are and what kind of family in this time of year means to you.
I'm from Nigeria. And family is like everything to me. It's where I find love, hope, and
Mm,
strength to push through, especially these tough times.
yes.
Yeah.
So I guess talking about tough times, because this has been a rough year for a lot of people, whether you're talking
Yeah.
about, health, whether you're talking about economically, because a lot of people lost work this year because of the pandemic. Have you, I know family's important, but have you felt like this year even more so like, wow, like family is really important. Friends and community are really important because in times like these, that's who we need to turn to.
Yes. Economically, basically, because um, things have been tough,
Mm,
and with the pandemic, we had time to stay at home with each other to get to know each other more than before and help each other in this time of crisis. And it's been amazing. It's like knowing someone who you've always known better, because you have to stay together, learn from each other, hold each other,
mm.
and keep going.
That is so true. That's funny you say that. I've always lived so close to my mom. I've learned more about my mom since March than I've ever known in my life. And some of it I said, oh, she actually could have kept that. But, you really do learn a lot. Now, about how many family members do you have that's really close that you've been able to, connect with during this tough time?
Five,
Okay.
five of us.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a good number. I think that's about what we've had over here too. What was it? I think no, it was 6. I forgot about the baby. Yeah. So
Don't
yeah, I
forget about
think
the baby.
no, she's gonna bang on the door sooner than later. She's got like a sixth sense. Like I know you were talking about me. And I love your glasses, by the way. I like the whole glasses vibe we got going on here. I gave mine a
Thank
break for 2
you.
weeks. They look very
Thank
nice.
you.
So I guess like one of the big things about Thanksgiving for my family is just kind of traditions and the food and just kind of like there are things every year, like regardless of whatever's happening in the world. I know my mom is gonna make corn pudding. With
Oh.
rain or shine, mama's gonna make corn pudding. And so like for you, like what are some things that always feel like home, always feel like family, whether it's food or a tradition or music? What makes you feel like home?
My family loves music.
No.
I have a brother that likes music so much. So when we spend time together, we spend time listening to the same music and laughing and gisting and getting to connect.
Oh, that's beautiful. Y'all need to
Thank
come on
you.
the show and teach me some things about it because I want to learn some here. All he does is just dance and not yesterday, Thanksgiving. Like he just showed out and he just would not stop dancing. I said, you can't dance. I need to get you some dance lessons, boy. But it was just so cute. And I think that's gonna be his new tradition. So he needs to. I said we're gonna get you some lessons online very soon because you love the music, but
Mm,
that dancing it's not up there. But it
mm.
was very cute. We don't actually have any traditions yet, so I think that's what I'm gonna do.
And I
Watch
think
my
that's
son
part
do
of the
that.
fun, Melissa, like starting new traditions. Like,
Yes,
you can start something this year and then say, like, this is what we're going to do from now on.
right.
But I'm glad that you brought up lessons because one of the big questions that I've been hearing all year is, like, what have you learned from 2020? And what would you say that you've learned maybe about yourself or about your family or even about the world as we've all kind of gone through this crazy, stressful year?
Um, One major thing I've learned is that even when everything seems tough, new things can come out of it. That like
Mm,
there's a coping mechanism that just like we're strong enough to cope, and
mm,
then we'll be surprised the kind of things we can do to survive that we wouldn't have known if things did not get tough.
mm,
Yeah, so that's like one major thing I've learned, because I'm surprised about how far I've gone this period,
mm.
like
Oh,
learning, growing, even with all the tough stuffs going on. And I think it's really good to know that no matter what we go through, we can survive
Yes.
through
Like
it.
that is a wonderful thing, because I feel like, yeah, a lot of people have gone through so much stress this year, but there's also an opportunity to learn, to grow, to, discover talents that you might not have even known that you had. So you're right. There can be a rainbow in the midst of the storm, of 2020. Uh, well, we have, again, like we got a big family gathering here, so we got some more guests. So who wants to be next? Who wants to hop at the table and sit on down? So we got like so many screens popping up here. So whoever wants to be next, just jump on in, introduce yourself to the folks out there, and we can talk about, again, family, community, getting through the craziness of 2020. Akash, our website development.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hi.
yes, hey.
Welcome.
Hi.
Yes, Akash is with us. Akash, why don't you introduce
Yes.
yourself to the folks out there? Again, let them know what you do, and we can talk about, again, family and tradition this time of year.
Yeah. My name is Akash, and I am responsible for the web development of Stop Now NGO Foundations, and we are just working to make you as high as you can,
Mm,
so that you can be improve your products and your services in the future.
mm. And we appreciate all the hard work this year, especially, like we were saying earlier, this has been a tough year for a lot of people. So thinking about 2020, Akash, and thinking about family and traditions and things like that, what has family meant to you, or what does family mean to you?
Uh, Most basically, family means to me is my family, my mom, my dad, my brother, friends, etc. I love them.
Mm.
Oh, that is beautiful. That's nice. So, what do you guys have any family traditions around the holidays that you'd like to share with us?
Yeah, in every week I spend time with my families. We have 2 days off, and I always remain with my families.
Oh, I know that's right.
And again, like one of the cool things, one of the beautiful things about Stop Now is we've got folks all over the globe. This isn't just an
Yeah.
American thing. This isn't just an Indian thing. This is something all around the globe. So let the folks know where you're located.
I am in Punjab,
Mm.
Punjab in India.
And so, like, just because I think a lot of our viewers look at things from, maybe a Western perspective. But in terms of, you talked about what family means and friendship and love. Like, we've had struggles over here because of the coronavirus pandemic and
Yeah.
just trying to get through everything. What has it been like over there for you and your family and your friends?
Till now, my family and friends are totally safe from this virus. And here in my area, there is very less person who are affected with this virus.
Mm,
So I think I am in safe place till now, and that's good for me.
Absolutely. That does sound good.
mm.
So, were they always that way, or have things gotten better over time with the virus?
I think things can be better over time because people are now fond of virus. They know how they can prevent themselves from the virus.
Hmm.
Good. Okay. Well, I'm glad you guys are staying safe out there.
Yes. And
Yeah.
one of the questions, like, I think we're going to ask everybody this, Melissa, because I think it's a really good question. What have you learned about yourself or about your family through this year of 2020 and dealing with everything, dealing with all the stress? Is there something that you learned about yourself?
Yeah, I learned many things. The main focus is always whether situation can be worse, but we need to move on
Mm,
so that we can achieve our goals.
Right.
mm. It's like
That's
it's
definitely a
like
good lesson.
I was gonna say it's like and I don't know why my mind keeps going back to comic books at these times, Melissa, but like it's like Luke Cage. Luke Cage had the saying, like, always forward, forward always. Even if you're going through trials and tribulations, you got to keep moving forward. So I guess my last question before we bring in another guest here, Akash, is what's something that always feels like home, whether it's food or music or some type of tradition, like what always feels like home for you?
And for me, home is like love. Like
Mm,
I just want to spend time with my families, and whether we are outside, whether we are anywhere, wherever my family is, that is home for me.
mm. Again, yes,
That's so
like
beautiful.
the
I
old
love it.
saying, home is where the heart is.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
All right, thank you for that, Akash. Let's
yeah.
bring in our next guest again. Like this is so cool, Melissa. Like we're getting to like these are folks that have been doing a lot of hard work all year behind the scenes. So it's really cool that everybody's getting a chance to the folks out there are getting a chance to see the crew this week. So our next guest, let's see, is that Ashfaq?
Yes, hi.
Hey,
Hi.
how you
Hi.
doing? Yes, Ashfaq, folks, is our journalist. He writes the blog post and he does a lot of great work here. So Ashfaq, let the people know. Again, introduce yourself. Let them know where you're located, and we can welcome you to this family celebration.
Yeah. Thanks for welcoming me to this family celebration. See, actually, I would like to tell you, I was part of like initially when Stop Now was launching. So I was also there, and I used to contribute a couple of blog posts for the website. But in between, due to some personal reasons, I just stayed away. I was not part of the Stop Now Foundation.
Mm,
So, but I am feeling really very happy after rejoining the Stop Now family. So, as you asked Akash, what is family for you? So, I think Stop Now Foundation is for me. It's a family. Stop Now Foundation is a family.
mm.
So, when I am with Stop Now, I feel I am at home. Yeah.
Oh, that was
That's great.
beautiful. I love it.
Yes,
It's like no. For me, it's like homecoming. Like yeah. I am joining after so many weeks and so many months. Yeah.
that's the
Oh,
beautiful thing about family is like again, like sometimes families separate, split apart, but you can always come back home, and that's like one of the beautiful things about Stop Now is we got so many creative, diverse people all over the world, and this is just really cool to bring everybody together this week.
this is so
Yes.
nice. I might cry.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I used to write blog posts for Stop Now Foundation, and if you take a look at the website, if you like go through some pages here and there, then you will find my byline is also there, Ashfaq Ismail. So I wrote about H1B visa issues. Then I wrote about that you know uh, I don't I also wrote about the very burning issue, that is not coming in my mind right now. That George Floyd thing, you remember about the racism? Yeah, racism in America.
Yes, yes.
So yeah, I used to cover all these topics at that time. Yeah. Yeah.
So, like and we said, like everybody's been talking about how hard and difficult 2020's been, not just with the pandemic, but like you said, when you think back to the summertime and George Floyd and some of the issues with race in America and around the world, like what have you learned from 2020? Like, is there something about yourself that you learned that you didn't know, and or some talent or strength that you have now that you didn't know about before this year?
See, I think there is not one single thing which I can say I have learned in 2020. Even you can also list out a number of so many things which you have learned. Like this year has been it has been full of many challenges right from the beginning.
Mhm.
Yeah. So like when you deal with so many challenges, then you automatically get to learn a lot of things. uh, I can give you one example. Like uh, it has taught me perseverance. You should not get carried away with any kind of difficult situation. At the same time, you should not get carried away with any easy situation. So I hope you are understanding what I'm trying to convey. So number one, the perseverance, and you should not stop. You should like keep moving. So these things, yeah. And then there is always, there is always light at the end of the tunnel. This is the like biggest lesson.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
If
the
you're
thing.
in
Like,
the dark, yeah, if you are in the dark, then you are definitely going to come out of it, and you will see the light.
mm, like
Yeah.
you're right. Like you don't want to get too low. You don't want to get too high. You got to keep moving forward. And again, like I think sometimes a crisis, Melissa, like that can be an opportunity. It can be something where, yes, things look bad right now, but there's so many things, I think, particularly with technology, like there's things that have moved forward in the midst of this because people are resilient and people can bounce back from these tough times.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Definitely. It's been a year for us really to get creative. And like
Yes.
you guys said, who thought that we'd
Now,
be here? And you thought
now,
that,
we-
it was just
now, yeah, throughout the world, people are talking about the second wave of coronavirus. So
Mm,
now so we are talking about 2020, and then maybe in 2021, at the end of the year, we might be asking the same questions, because
yes.
everybody is talking about the second wave of coronavirus right now. And in the US, recently there were over 2 lakh positive cases in a day. Like I think that was I think the week gone by only. Yeah.
Honestly, like I think like you're right. Like I do think this is something that's going to continue probably until we get a vaccine that works and like a vaccine that can be distributed to everybody easily. Like we're going to be in this situation where we're dealing with this, but I do feel like you're saying like there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Like we
Yes,
can kind
yes.
of see that there's hope on the horizon.
Yes. Yeah. Like every country is now trying to find out a vaccine. Yeah, that's right.
All right. Speaking of hope and speaking of every country, where the table here is filling up. Like like this is this is like Thanksgiving. This is like Ashfaq was saying. Like this is like a family reunion here. Hi, how are you? Am I
Yeah,
saying your name correctly?
yeah, you're saying it right.
All right. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Doing good.
Thank you for
Welcome.
joining us.
Yes, thank you so much for joining
Hi,
us.
hi,
If you
Melissa.
can, let the like we've been going around the table, let the folks know, introduce yourself, let them know where you're calling from, and I guess what family means to you.
So yeah, so hi everyone. Like I'm Arumugam. I'm like currently I'm in Texas, Irving, and I'm a software developer. I'm here in a H1B. And what family means, like family is everything actually to me. So
Mm,
from I was growing up in a suburb, like I was going in very remote area in India. So where like there is nothing much, only the hope of bringing up, getting a good education. That only means through the family I got everything. Like they were the one pushed me to do this, and they were the one pushed me to do everything. And whenever I got stuck, they were always there for me. So it means everything. Without the family, I wouldn't be here. So
mm.
that's family for me.
So, what kind of traditions do you have around, any type of holidays or anything that you do consistently with your family each year?
Yeah, so over there we have a lot of like festivals. It's like Deepavali, and there is something they
Mm,
call Pongal that we do celebrate with family all the time. So
mm,
especially I wanted to tell you more about the Pongal. There is a festival called Pongal, and that celebrates the sun actually. So there we will like gather every family will gather everyone, and we'll just go around. That festival goes for 5 days. Can you believe it? That's a 5 days festival.
mm. That sounds like my kind of festival. So is there like a specific food or music or something that just reminds you of home or reminds you of family?
Yeah, like food. Yeah, yeah, all the sweets that reminds me of my home. Here I don't get much sweets, so that reminds me of my home.
Wonderful. So, like Nate was saying, one of the questions you want to ask everyone, what have you learned this
Mm,
year in 2020?
Yeah, so this year, like this is the first year for me in United States. So I learned like many things. It's a different culture, and this is my first time outside my country. So it's like all new culture, new people. Everyone was welcoming in Texas. I would say like
Oh,
it was very good. Like initially, I don't have a car. I was new, so it was very cold out there, and there are many people helped me over here. Like I didn't face anything. Like I was new. I didn't feel like that. So I learned like okay, being like generous and being helpful, being kind. It's very beautiful thing, and that I should be to everybody. That's one thing I learned here in this 2020, and of course in the difficult period of coronavirus.
Yep.
And we have to be kind to everyone, like not like regardless of who they are, you just need to be kind. That's what I learned in this period.
Yeah, I was gonna say like the fact that this was your first year in America, like if you made it through this, brother, you can make it through anything, man.
That is true. That's true.
I guess the last question that I have, again, the table is filling up here. Like what is something that just, again, we talked so much this week about family and love and community. Like what do you feel is something that we here in America need to maybe learn about family that we don't know? Because we've gone through a crazy 4 years in this country. We've had a very contentious political season right now that, some families aren't even talking right now because somebody voted for Trump and somebody voted for Joe Biden. And so, like, what would you say as somebody who is new to America about the value of family and coming together?
So like it doesn't mean actually like the politicals are everywhere. Like even in India, there is so much opposition, like left and right. So like it doesn't matter actually, Joe Biden or Donald Trump. It doesn't matter. What it matters is to be the human and just look at them beyond the political spectrum, like and see them. They have family actually. Joe Biden has a family. Some have a family. They love them actually. So it doesn't matter what your values, what you stand, and what your what your ideology is. Just what matters is everybody is human and everybody is your family. That's what I believe, and that's what I believe. Like here also people should think, and they shouldn't think okay, he's Democrat, he's Republican, so his ideology is I hate you. It doesn't matter, right? Like at the end on this Thanksgiving, like everybody, we should treat everybody as they're a human being. Like that's all it is. Like we just got 80 years max, so that's it. So love everybody, and that's what I think everybody will have it.
Absolutely. Like I think that's something we all got to learn, Melissa, is it's not about politics, it's about people. And that's something that I really like about, what we're doing with Stop Now is it's about humans and it's about the value of somebody's life.
Definitely. We're definitely bringing all different types of people together for one common goal. So I completely agree with you there.
And speaking of bringing people together again, like this table is getting full. The good thing is we're all socially distant, so we can have this many people at our family reunion. Let's see. Akintewe, hopefully I'm saying your name correctly. Are you with us? Script writer for our show.
Yes, I'm here.
Yes.
Good.
Hey, how are you?
I'm fine. How about you?
We are good. We are good. If you will introduce yourself to the folks out there, let them know who you are, what you do, and where you're located.
Okay. Do I need to turn on my video or I can leave it to stop?
Yes, the people want to see you. The people want to see you.
Hello.
Hello.
All right. So good evening. My name is Gabriel. I'm a freelancer, scriptwriter, and I'm calling from Nigeria. Yeah.
We got the Nigerian contingency here. I love it. I love it.
All right now.
So
I guess, Gabriel, like one of the things we've been talking about all night, is about family. And so, like, first off, what does family mean to you?
Firstly, like family means everything to me. I really don't think I could be anywhere if not for family. Everything I do, because I'm still a student here. I go to college. I went through college, primary school, university, and it was family. Moral support was family. Every other type of support was family. So family means everything to me.
So do your family have any traditions that you do for different holidays every year?
Like a personal tradition in our family or like a general tradition?
Whichever, both if you don't mind.
No, we don't have personal traditions, but we have like a general tradition that we do every year. It's like it's mostly, I don't know, I don't want to call it fetish, but most of the ceremonies that we do here, it involves like the ancient gods and all these myths and everything. So yeah, that's basically what the tradition here is about.
Mm. And another thing, like we've been talking about, Gabriel, is just this year. Like this is a year that has been different from so many others that we've had in the years past. So like getting through 2020, what have you learned in 2020 about, you know, yourself or your community that you might not have known before?
Basically in 2020, what I've learned about myself is, anyone's aware, but there was this protest, there was this ongoing protest about the end SARS. I don't know if you guys were aware. Yeah, so like this protest has actually built the resilience in me, seeing that a lot of people could actually come out to fight for their rights actually made me feel like a very stronger citizen this period this year. So like it has actually built my resilience more this year. That's basically what I've learned.
I think that's something, Melissa, like a lot of people this year, like we've learned we're stronger than we think we are. You know, we've learned that, you know, regardless of what life can kind of throw at us and things don't always go right, like as long as you keep moving forward, you know, you can get through this.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So I guess what reminds you of home? Like, is there a certain dish or a certain music or something that whenever you have it or hear it or see it, you're like, oh, that just takes me back home, Gabriel?
It definitely has to be a certain dish. There's no certain, not the music. It certainly has to be the dish, because while I don't school in Nigeria, I school out. So like anytime I'm in school, I'm always like thinking, if I get home, I'm going to meet this food. There's this particular food that has to be my favorite actually. So like I'm always thinking of it like, I have to get this, I have to go back home, I have to get this. So yeah. So definitely it has to be the dish for me.
Oh, I love it. Okay, well, thank you. We truly appreciate you joining us. We appreciate all of you guys. Like, this was really nice to hear everybody's story. Fun fact about me, I'm a big crier. So, you know, I get emotional very quickly. So hearing you guys talk about, you know, how much family means to you and, you know, how you've made it through this year, like, and how much strength everybody has had, and you really are stronger than you think you are. I started to get a little choked up for a second. I said, I'm not going to cry on camera, but this was such a nice thing. I appreciate each and every one of you for joining us today. Thank you all so much.
Yes. So I'm looking at the time clock, Melissa, and like, again, like we could be here all day because this has been so much fun talking with everybody, but I think we have about 5 or 10 minutes left in the show. So let's kind of go around the room one last time. And if anybody has any final thoughts or any messages of about family or love, so anybody that wants to start, you know, go ahead. I mean, maybe I should call on somebody and then we can go around the horn. Akash.
Yeah.
Yes, Akash, you start us off with we're going around the room. Everybody, you know, saying their last thing if they want to say something to the folks out there. Everybody, you know, can go around the horn, and then we'll call it a show. So if you've got anything that you would like to say, my friend, let people know what's on your mind right now in this holiday season.
Right now, just to enjoy and have a good food, good music, and enjoy our life. Yeah, one more thing, stay home, stay safe.
Yes, stay home and stay safe.
Yeah.
I like that.
Right. Absolutely.
Thank you. All right, next. Who wants to go next?
All right.
Okay.
Oh, you want to? All right now.
I think we should intentionally build that bond with family, no matter how much we get busy. Because there's just so much to learn from family, and it shouldn't be the pandemic that will make us close. So I think like that's intentionally building, keeping the bond with family. So I think that's one major thing.
I love that because it's weird in a time where because of technology you can be close to anybody. Families are kind of drifting apart, and so that's a good thing to remember is like your family is where you come from, and you might not always get along with your family, but you do need to work, have that bond, because as we've heard from so many of the crew here, like family's everything, Melissa. At the end of the day, like, we can talk about money, we can talk about politics, we can talk about this and that, but without that love, like it's going to be really hard to get things done out there. All right, let's see.
You muted yourself. Are you popping on? Hey, there we
Yeah.
go.
Hi. So yeah, it's a beautiful talk to listen to talk. Everybody's talking. It was beautiful to listen. So my final thought, like what I wanted to share with everybody is like family is a feeling. So it's like we can make family like when there's a crisis comes. Now we are in a pandemic, in the middle of pandemic, and such times requires like such strong things to happen. Many more things which we don't expect things to happen. Like let's say I just want to tell one thing from my experience. Like when I was in India, there is a flood came. Like one time there is a heavy flood in my area, and it was like everybody was homeless. Like everybody, we went to top of the roof, and they were sat there for many almost one night entirely without the food for the kids, childs, and all those things happened. All the horrible things happened. So, but at that time, there is a nearby home. They had food, and everybody shared. And previously, the fun part is they don't know each other previously. Like before that, they don't know. They were living in an apartment, but they don't know what their neighbors are. But on that night, everybody came together and they shared the food, and they came through. They passed through the entire night, and next day the rescue came and they all came back and they shared the story. So what I'm saying is like such times everybody is a family. It's a feeling like you feel with everybody that everybody is a family. Then you just don't have any hatred for anybody. So that's a good way to live. That I'm trying to follow that. So just I want to share. Just give it a try. It's a beautiful thing.
Yes, I appreciate that message. Thank you so much for that, because like family isn't just blood. Family is your community, your brothers and sisters. Like Ashfaq was saying earlier, like stop now. Like this is a family. And so like we might be in different parts of the world, we might not be related by blood, but you can still have support and friendship and community in that family.
Absolutely. That's true. And just I want to say happy Thanksgiving to everybody, Melissa and that's thanks for organizing. It's very good to hear you, to listen to you. It's a fantastic thing. I am waiting each Saturday to listen to you guys. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate you.
All right. Anybody else want to say anything before we wrap up this week?
You're still muted, I believe.
No, I would like to repeat the same thing. Like, for example, if you are stuck in a city due to pandemic, COVID-19 pandemic, then that city is your family. And if you are stuck, if you are stuck on a railway platform due to some heavy rains or some floods, then that railway platform is your family. So family is not only by blood relations. Like if you have your own brother, your own sister, your father, your mother. So they are that is your biological family. But family in its a true sense is like anybody. Even your colleagues are your family. Your workplace is your family. Yeah. So that's it.
Thank you. Yes, I agree 100%. Like Melissa is somebody who I just met this year, folks.
That's
and
right.
just every week, just talking with Melissa, it feels like, I've got a sister that I didn't know that I had before this
Absolutely.
year. So your family is not just based on blood. It's based on, community and love and friendship.
Yeah, it's based on your day-to-day interactions. Yeah. Yes.
All right. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate you joining, and thank you for that. So true. Okay. Last but not least, did you have anything to share?
All right. Gabriel, any last thoughts, Gabriel, before we get out of here?
I'm here. Okay. I really don't have anything to say here, but it's really nice. It was really nice to have this opportunity. I mean, I finally get to see the man that's behind the voices in the script. I watched this video and I'm like, Okay, so this is you. You're the man. Okay, you're the voice behind the script. Cool. You and Ashpak. I'm like, nice, nice. That's really nice. So thank you guys for giving me this opportunity.
Oh,
It's really grateful.
Oh, thank you, brother. Like again, I think that's the cool thing about this week. Like there's so many talented, hardworking people in the organization, and it's good to just kind of sit down and kind of talk with everybody and have this conversation. So we appreciate you. And especially JK. Like we got to give a shout out to JK.
definitely, JK. We thank you.
Yeah,
We
absolutely.
are all family.
All
I love
family,
it.
yes. But that's unfortunately like I said, we could go on forever. But
Yeah.
we do have to wrap up. So I just want to thank everybody for supporting Stop Now. I want to thank everybody for watching. I want to make sure we thank the board members, Melissa, and the sponsors, and everybody who has donated in 2020 to help support this project. Like this, I know it sounds like this is the end, but like this is just the beginning. Like we got the rest of 2020. We got 2021. So like this is not an end for the mission. This is just the beginning. So, but this was a fun show this week, Melissa.
Absolutely. I love it. I love feeling the love, spreading the love and the joy. This has been great, guys. Thank you, everyone, for joining. And thank you, Nate. Thank you, JK, for everything every week. Working
Yes.
with me. Oh, my crazy.
Very cool. And yes, thank you to the folks out there donating. And again, like JK was saying, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel and receive a surprise gift from us. Send us an email or call us, and our team will be in touch with you soon. So I think we're done here, Melissa. We've had so much fellowship and family and fun here this week, and we'll be back next week to do it again with more from Stop Now.
Absolutely. Well, thank you all. See you next week. Bye for now.
Stop Now, a social experiment enterprise. Stop, listen, share. Stop, listen, share. Everyone can make a difference. Everyone can make a difference. We are on a mission. We are on a mission. We are on a mission. Everyone should do something greater in their life. Change the future. Be a proud member. Join us to support, volunteer, and donate.